we're going to send our Webflow form submissions to Discord. This is what it looks like in Discord. It will automatically create a new channel for every form you have in Webflow, and then it will post that information about the new channel in the general. So we can adjust this. Once we send a form submission, it will create this and then link back to this channel, and then all subsequent form submissions will go into here. So let's look at a demo of what that looks like in real time. We head back to Webflow here. Then I'm just going to open, this is the same site. I got this site from the template marketplace, and it's got a lot of forms in it, and I thought it would be easier to show the demo using this template. There's a form here, just a couple of fields. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to put some random information in here. It doesn't really matter at this point. Then once I submit it, I can hear the notification in Discord. So if I head back to Discord, you can see that a new form submission, this is the thing I just filled in, and then it gets sent in here. Let's quickly look at what would happen if we don't have a channel for the form. So there's another form up here. I've never filled this in. I'm quickly going to just pop in the information here. Just quickly, any placeholder information will work fine. Okay, policy number, and then maybe here premium, and then this is my message, just as an example now, and I'll just select that, don't select that. Okay, so I submit this, and then back in Discord, we'll notice two things. We'll get a message in general to say that a new channel was created. It's called website claim form. If I head over there, I can see the channel created. Now, form submission is in Discord here, and it just makes it easier to manage your Webflow form submissions. So let's see how this works behind the scenes. This works using an N8N automation workflow. You can copy this workflow into your N8N account from the post on our website, and all you need to do is add a credential for Webflow and add a credential for Discord. You don't need to modify any of the code or any of the other nodes here, and it will automatically work. At the end of this video, I will break down and explain each node and how they work and how this is all put together. For now, let's start by importing this workflow into our N8N account, and then adding our credentials and activating our workflow so that we can receive Webflow form submissions into Discord. Now let's add our Webflow credential. From here, we'll add credential. I'm going to search for Webflow, choose Webflow API, click on continue. It's looking for an access token. We'll create one in Webflow. Go to Webflow and go to your site settings. From here, we select apps and integrations. Then under API access, we need to generate a version 1 token. So this is the old way, but it's the only way that works. I'm going to copy this. Then we're going to go back to our N8N instance, and then we're going to add this token here, click on save, and there we go. So I'm going to call this Webflow to them access, just so that I know which credential it is or for which website it is. I save this, and there we go, it's done. Now let's create our Discord credential. Head over to credentials, add a credential, search for Discord, select Discord bot API, click continue. It's asking for a bot token. To get this, we need to head over to the developers portal in Discord. Link to this will be in the video. If you click on the link, you might land on this page. Just find applications in the left menu. Let's create a new application. We'll give it a name. This can be anything, just so it's recognizable for you. We confirm, then click create. From here, find bot in the menu here. Click on reset token. Yes. Now we can copy this, and we're going to add this back into our workflow. Okay, let's give this a name, bot token for Tutin site, just so we can distinguish it. We click on save. Now we've added our token. This is not the last step. We need to create scopes or add this to our Discord channel. To add this to our Discord channel or server, we need to go to OAuth. Then you can click on URL generator here. From here, we're going to select the bot scope. Then we're going to give it some permissions. It needs to manage channels. This will let it create new channels. Then it needs to be able to send messages, create public threads, send messages in threads, manage messages, and also read message history. Once you've added the permissions that the bot needs, we click on copy. This will give us a URL. In the same window, add this to your browser with Discord logged in. It's now asking if our bot can get permission to manage our channels or our server. Select your server from the dropdown here, and then click on continue. Then authorize. Yes? Okay, now we can see our bot was added. To manage this, we can go to the server settings and then find integrations under apps. And from here, you will see the bots and apps connected to your server. Now let's import our workflow and connect our credentials. To do this, go to this post, link in the description below. Scroll down until you can find this URL. We can go into here and copy this, or click on this button to copy the URL. Back in N8N, add a workflow. In the top right corner, import from URL. Paste this URL and click on import. Now the workflow is on our canvas. Now let's connect our credentials. We can go into the Webflow credential here. It's already automatically detected an existing credential that I've used before in other workflows. You can select on the dropdown and select the Webflow credential we just created. Now let's connect Discord. In Discord, we'll select the credential that we created earlier. We'll go into each one of the nodes with errors. Here we go. We connect this one. We'll connect this one. And I think there's one more to connect. Okay, now we can test our workflow. Activate the workflow by toggling this switch. Okay, let's test it. Our workflow is listening for Webflow form submissions. Let's go into our Webflow site again. Then I'll refresh this page so we get our forms back. And to simplify things, I'm going to fill in this form here. Because it has a few fields, I'm just going to fill this in. And let's request. Okay, now we can test if this works by heading to our Discord channel. And you'll notice that we've got a new message in callback claim form. And here we go. Our bot Webflow notifications just sent this form submission. Let's also test if we submit from a new form, will it create a new channel? Currently we have two. We have a callback claim form and we have a website claim form. Let's go back into Webflow and find a form that we have never used before. I think at the top there is some forms here, quotes. Okay, so we'll go into health quote. I'm going to fill this in and we can just speed this up. Sally Williams. Okay, sally.w@gmail.com. This is just placeholder information to demonstrate the form. Okay, I'm just going to use any of the information that goes here in the placeholders. Global, California. Okay, and no, Sally's not a smoker. Yeah, she has some problems. And this time I'm going to select this. Okay, I'm going to submit this. Now in Discord, we can expect two things. We can expect general for the bot to notify us that a new form or new channel was created by this form. This time it's called health quote form. Then if we head over here, we can see that the information we just filled in gets posted here. The name of this channel is directly correlated to the name of the form in Webflow. I can show you what it looks like if we head over to Webflow and we'll navigate to one of those pages, this health quote, for example. So if I go here and I click on the form and I go to the form settings, you can see that this health quote form is the name used to create our channel. And if I go back into Discord here, you can see that the health quote form has been written or used as a name for our channel. Okay, now let's look at how this automation works, breaking it down node by node. In this section, I'm going to break down how this workflow works node by node, starting with the first. This node listens for a Webflow form submission. Let's test it by start listening for an event. Then we're going to head over to Webflow and go submit a form. We'll use this short one here just to speed up. I'm going to put any information here. Okay, it starts with OID. I'm going to send a request, and then we'll go back to our NN instance here. We can see that the form has been sent. I'm going to just switch this to JSON. This is what Webflow sent us. From here, we'll go into the next node. I'm just going to pin this so that we can follow along what the workflow does at each point. Next, it's going to list all the Discord channels. Let's quickly get this. From here, we get a list of channels. These are the channels in the server we gave this bot permission to access. Okay, again, I'm going to just pin this. Now we have a small piece of code. What this does, it tries to go over, it goes over the list of forms, here. So what it does, it's going to take this name of the form. This is what we got from Webflow. It's going to transform this text into lowercase, and then it's going to replace all the spaces with dashes. It will do the same for the Discord channels here. So it's going to take this name. Then it just runs through a loop and filters the items that has a matching channel, and then it will take the channel ID and the channel name, and it will move it forward to the next node. So let's execute this and see what this looks like. In this case, it's found the channel. Here is the shape of our data now. We can see that the channel has this name, and it's the same name as the form name here. I'm trying to click away from, okay. It's the same name as the form way here, and it also adds this channel ID, which we'll need later so that we can post this form data into this channel. It checks if it exists. And the next node, I'll pin this real quick. And the next node, it just splits the workflow into two, true or false. Simply checks if this channel exists or not. If it does exist, then it will go through the true branch. If it doesn't exist, it will go to the false. In this case, it goes through true. It just forwards this data back to the next node. From here, we simply compose the message. It's quite simple. It creates it takes this form data that we received from Webflow originally, and then it creates a markdown text string that will help us format our text in Discord so it looks neat. So we'll execute this. Here we don't see any output. Well, let me just run this again, or maybe like this again. Okay, sorry. So you can see what it's done now. It keeps adding to our main object and passing along this data to the last node. This is the content that we created, and it's just markdown string text. And then in Discord, this will simply send a message, and that message is this Discord channel message, the content created before. And then once we send it, Discord will send us some info back, but we don't need to use it after this. If we look in Discord now, there should be a message. Let's see, callback claim form. This is the one that we just sent. Okay, now let's look at what will happen when the branch is false. When the branch is false, we're going to create a new channel. So here, quite simply, we create a new channel, and the name of this channel, we give the form name that we received from back here. So we're going to receive this, actually this one here. So we're going to get this form name from here, and this will be our channel name. Once it creates the channel name, Discord will send us some information about that channel back. Particularly useful is the ID. From here, we do two things. we notified general of this new channel created. Here we just manually select the channel from a list where we want to post this, and quite simply we write a message that notifies or links back to this channel. This is again Markdown or specific syntax for Discord that creates this hyperlink back to the channel. So if I go back to Discord here and then go into general, you can see that it will create this hyperlink back to this channel, and what that should look like in terms of text is like this. Okay, so it just adds the ID and wraps it in these brackets, and then it will hyperlink to that channel. The other thing it does, it now transforms this information that we got from the channel, creating the channel here, and it just prepares everything so that it can move on to composing that message. So that's how it works. It's quite simple. You can modify this, but again, this is made for no code way. Just add your credentials and it will automatically start working.